Some of you guys might remember this system right here. This is the computer that was donated to the channel by a subscriber. And today, we're gonna do something really special with this. So for a real quick recap on the specs of this PC, we have a Ryzen 7 2700 CPU, we have a Tomahawk MSI B450 motherboard in here, a 750 watt power supply, we have 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LPX Ram, we have a 280 millimeter nzxt AIO, and it's inside of this Fractal, I believe this is the Meshify C case. If I'm wrong, someone will probably let me know in the comment section down below. We also have a 500 gig SATA SSD and a 2 terabyte 3.5 inch HDD. So I spoke in a previous video about this computer right here and some other hardware that was donated by one of this channel's subscribers. And I was talking about how I wanted to do something really great with all of the items that were donated, you know, kind of pay it forward, because great acts deserve more great acts. And if you really want to watch the video that I covered this on, you can. It's a little sappier than the content that I usually make, but the card is up above if you care to watch that video. But today was actually supposed to be the start of the Build Up Challenge Season 2, but something happened and I have an opportunity to do something great with this system right here. So Build Up Challenge Season 2 is put on hold for at least 1 week so that we can do something great with this. So I'm gonna give you the rundown of what we're gonna be doing with this PC right here, and I'm gonna try and do it without going into too many details, because the details do involve another person's personal life, and I'm not here to air somebody else's personal life all over the internet for all to see. But what I can say is that I work a full-time job as well as make all of this YouTube content for you lovely people to enjoy. And at my full-time job, somebody else who works there confided into me that they were struggling financially. And I mean, so many people are struggling financially right now, and it's a shame to hear. I hate hearing it. I myself have had struggles financially in the past, so I know exactly what that feels like. But in that venting, this person told me that they have a 7-year-old child who might not get a birthday present. The very second that I heard that a 7-year-old boy might go without getting a gift this year, I immediately thought about my own kids and how I would feel if I couldn't get them a gift on their birthday. And man, he's about to get one heck of a gift. Now, it is not going to be just as easy as pack this thing up and hand it over. It was donated to the channel, and I don't expect anybody who donates something to me to clean it, so it is fairly dirty. So it is going to need to be disassembled, and when we put it back together, we're gonna have to make this thing pop just a little bit more, because there's not a lot of color in this thing, and I gotta get working because I've literally gotta give this thing to her tomorrow. So we have to get this whole video done today. So let's get started. So I know that this looks like an absolute disaster, and I can promise you that there is zero method to this madness. This thing is way dirtier than I thought it was. Honestly, when you looked at the system, it just looked like it needed a quick wipe down, but this thing needs a full cleaning. And as we are pressed for time, I don't really have the time to go over every single piece and show you me cleaning every single item. So we're just gonna speed the process up and we're just gonna give you the quick snap, all right? So 1, 2, 3. Oh God, it is so hot outside. So I definitely set a new personal record on cleaning PCs because I finished this whole thing in just about 45 minutes and I've never been able to do that before. I really should have recorded myself cleaning this power supply here. I ended up having to take this thing out into my garage and I had to hit it with a leaf blower because of how dirty it was. And honestly, I don't know how it got that dirty because this case has a dust filter for the power supply. So I mean, I'm not 100% sure how it got that dirty, but regardless, it is perfectly clean now and ready to go back in our build. Now, I did say earlier that this is not a very colorful build, meaning there's not a lot of RGB like at all inside of this system. In fact, the only RGB that we do get is there is a small amount of RGB on the motherboard here in the end, and there is a little bit of RGB on our pump head for our AIO. So we're gonna have to add a little bit of RGB because this is going to a 7-year-old. So this is a 280 millimeter AIO, meaning it's going to get 140 millimeter fans. So I did pick up 2 of these Montech ARGB fans. They will go on this AIO and that'll add a little bit of color into the front of our build here. And the other day I did a thermal take build in the Tower 300 case. And when I did that build, I purchased too many fans. I had actually bought an additional 3-pack of thermal take reverse blade fans. You know, they come with the extra blades so you can pop them in and out. And I didn't know what I was gonna do with those fans, so we're gonna throw those in here. So I've got them right here. This is a 3-pack of thermal take ARGB fans. It's gonna help add a little bit of color in here and give our young man a nice looking build. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's put this thing back together and let's see how it looks. So I'm gonna say this is a pretty decent looking system, and it's definitely cleaner than it was when we first started this project. Now, I'm pretty sure that there are a few of you at home that are thinking the exact same thing. What good is a PC if they can't afford to get them a monitor, keyboard, mouse? You know, those are pretty important if you want to play games, so hold on. Well, here's a 27-inch monitor. Here's a Razer keyboard. And a wireless Logitech mouse. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, hold on. The head moderator in our Discord server sent over this Logitech headset to go along with all of this stuff. So I guess the next logical step would be to plug all this in and see how she performs. That is okay. Mama, it's okay. Sharks in the water. The bears. Let's go. So I was having a little bit of a harder time choosing what games to test on this system, as I wanted to test out some games that were more age appropriate for a 7-year-old, and the options on my end were pretty limited, but I did think that Forza 5 was not out of the realm of possibilities for our young king, so that was the first game that I tried, and our system did not disappoint with an average frame rate of 71 FPS at high settings. Now, out of the 3 games that I did test, this was the most demanding title, and I was satisfied with the outcome. The next game that I tested was Fortnite, because I know that it's very popular for younger kids, and the results were very impressive, getting us an average of 88 FPS, also at high settings. And to finish us off, I gave Fall Guys a shot, even though this is a game that is locked at 60 FPS, and if it's not locked at 60 FPS, they fooled me because I could not figure out how to change it, but the performance was great because we got 60 FPS and probably would have gotten 200 if it was not locked. So we gotta move this over just a little bit. I think, I'm not gonna speak for the young man, but I gotta say, I think he's gonna be pretty happy. I mean, this is quite the setup. If I were to change anything in this case, it would be the Montech fans that I put on the AIO, as you can barely see the RGB through the foam dust filter in the front of the case, and it's not a terrible thing, but you know, you do get a little bit of that RGB effect in the front here, but it's very minimal. So I probably would have gone with the reversed fans and then put them on the inside of the case, and you'd have got a much better show from them inside of the case, even though they wouldn't have matched these Thermaltake fans. Now, another thing that I did change is I went ahead and added a Wi-Fi card. I have a bunch of them just laying around from any one of the hundreds of builds that we've done on this channel. And I just put it in there so that way the young man will have Wi-Fi and they don't have to worry about buying a USB dongle or anything like that. But ultimately, I think that this kid is gonna flip out. There was some talk on the Discord server about the 1660 graphics card that is inside of this unit, and we were thinking maybe we would go ahead and list this graphics card on Facebook Marketplace, try and get a little bit of money for it, and then upgrade him to something a little bit more powerful. But then you really think about it, he's 7. He doesn't need more than a 1660. A 1660 is just fine for the games and things that a 7-year-old would do on their computer. And, you know, in the future, if he wants to upgrade, hopefully he reaches out and we can get them all squared away. So as of right now, it is 11 o'clock at night and I need to get to bed because I work at 5 a.m. so I have to be up extremely early, and I still need to pack up all of this stuff and put it in the car, so that way tomorrow I can give it to the young man's parents so that they can give it to him. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Ready to come see it?
Yes.
Okay, come out and look. Ooh, what's all that? What are you doing? You kissed it?
So I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I have the absolute best community that anybody could ask for ever. The fact that somebody donated that PC and we were able to make that young man's day makes all the work we do here worth it. And the good deeds don't stop there, because we still have all of this hardware right here to build another computer and try to do something good with that. I just haven't found the right thing to do with it yet. Now, I did make sure that when I gave that computer to that little boy's mom, that I said that I don't want any credit for this. I want her to take all of the credit for giving that computer to her son, because that gift should come from her, not from me. I'm just happy that we got to play some small part in making that little boy's birthday of one to remember. Stay. So today has been a very long day, and you'll have to excuse me if I'm a little tired. But I do want to say that if you had a little bit of fun here with me today, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And while you're down there, smash that like button as well. I always appreciate it. And I definitely wanted to say that no matter where you guys are in the world, I hope that you are having the most fantastic day. And I'm going to see you right here next week for the start of the Build Up Challenge Season 2.